Well, obviously we're excited about the upcoming season. We've got a great group coming back after finishing top 4 in the SEC and postseason play in the NCAA tournament. There's expectations for our team to really turn things into another positive. We want to make sure that we're establishing our running game through our defense and our board play. We love the fact that we've got versatility coming back not only in our post game but also on the perimeter.
And can you tell us a little bit about what we can expect schedule-wise, what we can expect, when we can expect you to be home and come see y'all play?
Well, the schedule, our non-conference schedule is going to be one of the toughest ones in the country. We've got some great games scheduled here in the PMAC. Having only lost 1 game last year here, we would love for that support to come back out and really make this an environment where it's tough for our opponents to come and play. We'll open up the season and on November 5th with a doubleheader with the men's basketball team. Then on that Sunday, we're going to host Colorado, who is one of the top teams last year, finishing top 30 in the country. We'll also play on the road. We've got a tough road schedule as well, where we play at Florida State and at Rutgers. But we're obviously going to be home, and we got a competitive schedule that'll help prepare us for SEC play.
And Coach, I know that fourth quarter is something that your team has put a lot of emphasis on in the past year or so, and that you're also putting more emphasis on this year. Can you tell us kind of how you're doing that?
Well, the fourth quarter concept really is something that our strength coach, Chris White, came up with last season. And during the fourth quarter of any game, that's when you tend to separate yourself and you want your team to be mentally tougher, and you want them to defensively get after the opponent but also separate themselves offensively. And in over 80% of our games, we won the fourth quarter of all of our competition. So this summer, we enlisted the help of our Louisiana Police Department, and we would go to their facilities on a Friday around 2:30, and the officers would train my women's basketball team, and they would put them through combat fitness tests. They would put them in the pool. They would have them run. They would have them do things in cadence. A very disciplined and a very regiment routine that my team was on, and we know that it's going to translate into this year's season, so we can't thank the Louisiana Police Department for their assistance in making these young ladies not only physically stronger but also mentally tougher.
And you have a lot of kind of a new team this year, some returning players, but a few even new girls. So how's the team meshing kind of behind the scenes? How's that going?
It's going well. You know, when you have a team that has a nucleus that's returning, their responsibility is to put their arms around the incoming first years. And our incoming players, they were here in the summer. They were able to train with the returning players. And so it bridged that relationship a lot faster because they got to know each other. And when you are in the thick of things, when competition is on the line, you want to make sure that the person next to you has put in just as much work as you have. They've been up at 6 a.m. with you, and that's what the returning players do every single year. And our newcomers, our first years, they did the same thing.
How is Ayanna Mitchell developing?
Well, Mitchell's going to be one of the best players, not only in our league but in the country. She's a very mobile big, if you will, where she can play away from the basket. Her defense and her board play, she hangs her hat on that. She's one of the best offensive rebounding players that we've had come through this program. She's somebody that has worked and developed her outside shooting and her range, and we're just going to continue to add layers to her game.
If you could pinpoint 1 or 2 things for like the key to success for this season, what would you say those are?
Well, I think on the offensive side of the basketball, you've got to be able to execute in a half-court setting. And our transition game has always been a bread and butter of ours through our defensive deflections and turning people over. So defensively, we've got to make sure that we get after people. I want to be in that top statistical category as far as forcing 20-plus turnovers a game. executing on 85% of those. And when you're able to do that, the third thing, and I know you asked me too, but the third thing is you got to control the boards. You control the boards, you control the tempo of the game.
Are there any new players this year that you think we should look out for?
I think you need to look out for all of them. You know, they all are unique in their own way. They all bring something special. We're going to add three-point shooting. We've got 3 or 4 of our new players that can extend the defense, so you're going to see more 3 balls being made. Defensively, we're still going to be athletic and quick and fast, and we've added that to the returning team. So I've got a lot of great expectations for this group, and I'm sure they're going to meet them.